All right, y'all. Welcome back. Happy Saturday. It is game day. Welcome to Atlanta, Georgia. We're getting started late. I know that we didn't set a time, but man, we had a whole bunch of issues heading into this thing. But we are gonna go on ahead and jump straight into it. Y'all, please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Hope that the mics and everything are working well. But we got everybody in here, so obviously I am your host, Bull. To your far, I don't know, right. That will be P right there. This is his son, Kason, and then that right there is Bray. So those of y'all that have been here with us before, y'all already know what the vibes are. Let's go ahead and jump into the stats. Okay, let's talk about this big time matchup, and we're gonna make this thing big for y'all. All right. So first and foremost, this is just based off of last year. Okay, and Tennessee's offense versus Syracuse defense. Yes, we are winning in every single category here. Their defense is probably not going to be too much better this year. I think that with Joey Aguilar coming in, he should do some good things. We'll talk more about that in just a minute. But we also have right here Tennessee's defense versus Syracuse offense. And it's kind of like the same thing here. Their passing offense, they have a great system. It's really good. Different quarterback. There's some different players. They added some beef to their offensive line, so maybe they try to run the football more, run it better. Who knows? But I think that Tennessee is definitely up to the challenge and up to the task. So with all that being said, I'm going to start off with UP. How you feeling about this game? Is it anything that maybe stands out to you? Like just give us the full rundown.
I feel great about this game, man. I feel like a kid Christmas Eve. I didn't get a wink of sleep last night. I mean, I did not sleep at all. I was up about 2 this morning and been up ever since. I couldn't sleep. I'm excited to see these guys go out here and play. For me, my biggest point of focus in this game is going to be watching the interior of that defensive line. Okay, that's Easton, that's Moy, and then that's who comes in after them. I want to see, are guys getting moved off the spot, or are they disruptive in the run game? Because this is a game you look at on paper. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I feel like this is probably going to be the worst offensive line, defensive line Tennessee will see all season once we hit conference play. I don't think we'll see a single team in the SEC that isn't better than these guys up front. So if we can't have our way up front with these guys, that's a lot of cause for concern, in my opinion. So that's my first point of focus. Second thing I'm looking for, what does Joey Aguilar look like? How comfortable is he? Is he a guy that is in control, that's making good throws, that's not forcing the ball into coverage? And then those receivers, are those guys making plays? Can they make tough catches? And once they make those tough catches, can they get yards after catch? Can they continue to create explosive plays, even taking a little short hitch or short little quick pass and go 30, 40 yards with it? So those are my big keys to the game. I think defense should fly around. We should dominate really in every facet of the game, in my opinion. So, I mean, I'm excited to see it, man. And, I don't know about – I've been seeing the chat. I don't know if you guys heard anything about David Sanders.
So I was literally just trying to do some research on it because we've been just working for like the past probably like 30 or 40, maybe like for the past hour, trying to get this thing right. Yeah. I haven't seen anything on David Sanders. I just looked on a couple of sites. I don't know where that's coming from. Maybe y'all can let us know. If we don't have David Sanders, that could mess with the entire offensive line. And what I think would happen there, P, is you have to say, okay, maybe Sam Pendleton maybe goes to moves from center to right guard, and then you let Jesse Perry play at right tackle for you. Shouldn't be a huge problem, okay? Or maybe you say, hey, Sam, we want you to stay there, but maybe we'll move like a Wendell Moy to right guard and then let Shem Umarov come in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Umarov come in. I mean, do they trust Ben Warren? So, I mean, we got some guys we could play around with. So not a huge concern for me, but I mean, definitely want to see him play today. So I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, so maybe somebody can let us know down in the chat. Okay, let us know where y'all are getting that from, because that's something that I personally have not seen. We haven't seen it on this channel, but we should be fine. I mean, Syracuse doesn't have some monstrous pass rush, right? I mean, we're not talking about going up against world beaters. This ain't like a Penn State or. Who's another team like a Ole Miss from last year? Yeah, it's nothing like. I mean, these guys are going to run a 3-3. They're going to run a 3-2-6. Okay, so we're talking about 6 secondary players. All right, I mean, it's 3 down linemen. You're not there. The linebackers don't scare you, not even for a second. So pressure. Are we worrying about getting real pressure on Joey Aguilar with, by the way, P, Kason, Bray, you guys already know. Totally new system. 3-step drop, get the football out, drags, slants, fades. I'm talking about 3-step drop fades. It's not the same stuff. We'll still see our base offense, right? But where it's just a one half of the field read. Now the full field's there. I think that would help our offensive line out, help Joey Aguilar out, help the entire team out.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I'd worry about from a pressure perspective is, like you said, 6 DBs. How exotic can they get some of those blitz packages? They got a new right tackle in there, not named David Sanders. How effective is he at picking up blitzes and stunts, things like that? That would be something to watch out for. But I think whoever they put in there is definitely going to be more than enough talented to get the job done.
So we are seeing here. So this is from Timmy G. He's saying that Volquest said that he will be out. So I was not able to see that in my quick little 30-second bit of trying to look it up. So if David Sanders is out, yeah, J.C. Perry moves to right tackle. We'll get a chance to see him playing there. And then we still have Sham Umarov. We're going to be fine. So I just want to make sure that I come back to that point. We should be fine. But, my biggest concern isn't even necessarily with Tennessee's offense today. I know that people want to talk about Joey Aguilar. We've kind of touched on that briefly. I think that he'll be fine. Just manage the ball game. Don't need him forcing the football out in the coverage. As long as he does that, we'll be fine. Run the ball 45, 50-plus times. No problems there. 12 personnel, ground and pound. Not worried. Defense, though. Versus this offense, it's not because of Steve Angeli, who I think he does a good job of game managing. I would say, P, for me, he's a personal, like a really good comp would be
I'm gonna turn this.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So we'll just turn that one off and we'll just use this one. So I would say that a personal comp for me is like Graham Mertz from Florida last year. Kind of like, it's a great system. He's not a world beater. He's not going to try to beat you deep. It's just, hey, we're going to take what's there, but it can be frustrating. Tennessee needs to get pressure. It's going to be 3-step drop, quick game stuff. If you can't get to the quarterback, get your hands up, get inside the passing lanes, and try to bat it down because you'll be able to pick up on the timing. But do you have any question marks there, Pete?
I mean, I'm not really worried about these guys. I mean, I think, anytime you're facing a team you haven't had a chance to see what they do, yeah, there's always going to be some adjustments to it when you get out into the game. But I'm not worried about Angeli. I think he's a guy wants to stay in the pocket, wants to, try to get the ball out of his hand, and he's not scared to take a sack too. So I think we'll be fine. You know what I mean? We'll be fine with those guys. I think the offensive line doesn't give you much to worry about. So not worried about, having to play pass and run. I mean, we're going to be pretty much pass first. I mean, we come out here in 6 DBs, I think, you know what I mean? And that would be a good game plan for us. But, I'm not worried at all really about our defense versus their offense. I guess if I did have some concerns, how the safeties cover, and then how the linebackers cover as well. I mean, that's what you look at, but the corners should be perfectly fine today.
Yeah, so do you have any question marks, though? And you did talk about tackle, right, on our defensive line. Missing David Hobbs, and I don't know. I mean, is it going to end up being like a Nathan Robinson? Because we had heard previously that maybe it'll be Ethan Utley as a true freshman at 270 pounds stepping up in that role. That gave me some concern because he's not big enough just yet. If his listed weight on Tennessee's website is correct, that's not big enough. Maybe it's big enough versus Syracuse, but we got to figure something out. So how are you feeling about the pressure, especially understanding that they will do a whole lot of quick game stuff?
Yeah, and I think you hit the nail on the head. I mean, I think it'll be good enough against Syracuse. This is a Syracuse game, where, in my opinion, we're not going to learn a ton about our offensive line or defensive line. Because, like I said, I don't think we'll face a worse group on either side of the ball once we get into conference play. And not to say Syracuse is a bad team, they're a good team, but I just think as far as their line of scrimmage play, every team we play in the conference will be better than this. So I think we'll be fine today, even if it is true freshman, even if it is, Jamal Walsh or whoever it is. I don't think we're going to learn a ton. I think we still won't learn anything really about this team up front until Georgia. But I will say this, if we're getting pushed around, then that tells you all you need to know. It's going to be a long year. Yeah. But if we come out here and dominate, I mean, that doesn't mean that we have a world beater, that we're elite D-liner and stuff. But, we'll see. I'm excited to see these young guys play, man. I want to see I've heard good things about Jamal Wallace. I got feelings he's going to flash today. Nathan Robinson, obviously the freshman as well. So I'm excited to see, man. I think we're going to get after him today.
Yeah, so this is the depth chart that y'all are looking at. So this is from Rocky Top Insider. Y'all have probably already seen this. So, of course, Joey Aguilar starting at running back. I think the Bishop will be the starter. We talked about this on our Patreon. There goes my dog, Jay Bate. Go ahead, boy. Do your thing. So at wide receiver, Mike Matthews. Looks like Braylon Staley playing inside of the slot. Chris Brazzell. We got a whole bunch of studs, a whole bunch of stuff. Wide receivers have to step up today. I want to see if they don't. They need to look really good, or I would say the same thing. We might have a problem, but they're still young, so they'll get better over the course of the year. But watch out for that. So tight end, Miles Kitterman, Ethan Davis, both of those guys Want to see a big-time game from them. Jack or Brame, I think that whenever you're looking at whoever's first with the oars, that's who's probably, higher up on the depth chart. So, and then at left tackle, we already know, right? So the offensive line, y'all already talked about that. That is a big storyline. I'm glad that y'all brought that up. Thank you so much. Shouts out to everybody that is here. Again, please make sure to like and subscribe. So at Leo, Josh Josephs, Caleb Herring, or Jordan Ross. But that's about what we thought. I think that we've got three guys who you trust playing at that spot, Pete.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man, I expect the pass rush to be absolutely elite. One place I have no questions with this team is the edges. Whether that's D end or whether that's Leo, those guys are studs. We're loaded at those positions. I expect them to get after it. I expect to see all three of those edge guys. And by the end of the game, I expect to see Okoye too. I think he'll get some reps today. We'll see how he looks. But I feel really good about both sides of the defensive line. I think you can rotate guys in, Rabbits package, get some different looks there. So we should really get after them today. It should be tough for them to really get anything going offensively.
What's your thoughts on Star?
So Star, we're gonna be looking at Jalen McMurray, and we'll see how he can hold up there. That's a tough position to play in that slot corner type role, that nickel corner. But Jonte Cook in the slot, that's a tough ask for anybody. I think he's up for it. I know he's a physical guy. I don't know if he's from Philly, but played up there in Philly, so he's tough, hard-nosed guy, will tackle. So excited to see him go out there and compete. You know what I mean? Yeah. They got Jamal McCoy listed here as a starter. We all pretty much know that's not accurate. But I'm excited to see what Colton Hood does for you today. And William Wright listed as an or. We'll see if he plays. But I feel good about that room, man. Ricky Gibson, Ty Redmond. A room full of studs. What freaking Poteet?
Yeah, man. So we have multiple freshmen that might be stepping up for us playing in corner, but I think that's a good sign for us, y'all. I don't think that's a bad sign. Those guys can play. I already know about Tyler Redmond. That's a guy that we've known since he was 4 or 5 years old. He's a football player. He's a real dude. He's a real dog. I think that with Trey being there, that says that maybe he's kind of like cut from the same cloth. Obviously, being the son of a coach. Safety, that one's going to be big. We got guys here that we think can cover. Hopefully, you're going to have to come up stick, folks. Expect this to be a really hard-hitting game. I think that we're going to try to knock some folks out. That's the MO of this team. Bully ball, offense, defense, special teams. Win up front, okay, early and often. If they want to get cute, go lay somebody out. That's the name of the game. That's how you play SEC ball. That's how you play championship winning ball. P, listen, things could get ugly just from, talking about, I'm not even talking about the score, but just talking about like penalties and things like that. So what I did is I actually went in, looked at Coach Heupel's stats in his first game. His penalties don't really ramp up until like the 4th or 5th game, like once we get into like some more critical games. So we should be relatively clean from a Josh Heupel standpoint, but we know that this team is like the most penalized in the whole country. A whole bunch of false starts and holdings. I think it will be fine. False starts maybe 1 or 2 or something like that. But holding, we shouldn't have to hold these guys, right?
Yeah, heck, what are you holding these guys for? If you're holding, you're getting beat. So shouldn't be holding. Typically, like you said, we typically come out to open the season pretty crisp. And so I expect this to be no different. I think we'll be clicking on all cylinders. David Sanders being out, that is huge news. That does affect things. Obviously having a new quarterback as well, new center. So there's a lot of reason to think maybe we will have some pre-snap issues, but I think we'll be fine, man. I just think we're just a better team up front physically, even with guys out. Doesn't really matter. So, I expect Josh Heupel to have a good game plan and for us to get the run game going, establish that thing early. You look back, looking at last season, how'd that thing end? It ended awful. Right. And we've had a bad taste in our mouth ever since. And somebody posted, I think we've talked about it before too, you go back to that 97 season, Peyton Manning, okay? Last season, go out there, get killed by Nebraska, 42-17. Next year is a guy nobody trusts, the quarterback, nobody believes in him. Well, Tennessee fans do, but nobody else believed in him. Fast forward 2024, Nico Imalawa, he's our guy. Go out there last game of the season, 42-17, get smacked by Ohio State. Bad taste in our mouth. We come in next freaking season, it's Joey Aguilar. Nobody knows who this guy is. Nobody trusts him. Open up Syracuse once again. Yep. Is this a little poetic justice? Is this going to repeat history? We'll see. But I feel great about the start of this season right now.
Yeah. Hey. I would say that maybe it feels a lot like 98P. That was a great. Bring that up. Yes, there are a lot of parallels. Now, the one thing that I will say is that we know that the teams in the 90s were a little bit different, but this one is very talented. This is going to be the most talented team by far that Coach Heupel has had since he's been up on campus. We look at the blue chip players. Tennessee's at based off of 24/7 Sports. I think that they've got us at like 47. I had us at 50, right? But like last year, we were at like 30 something. We weren't. So the whole point is we've got the pieces there. Like I talked about, Joey Aguilar just take care of the football. That's all he has to do. Just manage the game. We don't need to do pretty much anything. Just like I would say that if Joey Aguilar throws 0 interceptions and we lose, it's everyone else's fault. Okay, it's not Joey Aguilar's fault. I don't care if he doesn't even throw a pass. It's on y'all because y'all need it. The pressure's on everybody else. It's not on Joey. Joey just take care of the ball, and if the other people can't get it done, coach better have a conversation with, hey, Joey, you get on up out of this meeting. Everyone else, this is on y'all. That's how things should go, and that's how he should feel. And I think we're going to be perfectly fine. But are y'all ready to go ahead and get into the picks because we are getting very close to kickoff? Y'all, listen, we had a whole show lined up for y'all, but we just had so many issues that we can't even get to it. We had some people that were going to check in with us actually at the stadium, but we'll make sure that we have that coming up next week. Excuse me. So let's go ahead and get into these picks. See where we're going to start off at. So the first game is going to be Texas versus Ohio State at noon, just like our game. The game is at Ohio State, and they're favored by 1.5. The over-under is 46.5. And let's see who's going to be up first. P, it's on you. Who you got?
This is the game. This is Arch Manning's coming out party. Heard a lot about him. Saw him play a little bit last season. He's kind of the anointed one, if you will. I mean, he's the guy everybody expects big things from. Texas is a loaded roster. Sarkisian's getting that thing going there. I think Ohio State's lost a lot from last season. Just looking at the offense coordinator, defense coordinator, starting quarterback, your 2 top running backs, you lost a lot of pieces there. They're still loaded. Of course, Ohio State, they're going to be loaded, but I think there's a lot of newness there. It's in Ohio State, but I like Texas in this one. I think Texas pulls it out, and I think they win probably pretty comfortably. I'm saying by at least 2 scores today.
All right, so next we got Bray.
Yeah, I think it's, this is definitely game of the week. Texas returns a lot, Ohio State, they still got Jeremiah Smith, but Julian Sand first game, I really want to see. I don't really believe him. It's his first really, true test. So I like Texas 31-17.
Nice. All right. Next we got Casey.
Yeah, I had Texas in this one. I hope defense can just keep Jeremiah Smith on locks because if they let him loose, then that will cost them the game. But for offense, I want to see how Arch Manning does. See if he can get the ball around and get it in the end zone. I got 31 to like maybe 25. Nah. 26. Texas.
Okay. So that was very, very, very well said. He gave us a score and all that. Yeah, I got Texas too, man. Listen, this is the whole thing is that I think that Arch Manning is one of the best quarterbacks that we've seen in a long time. From a talent standpoint, we know that he has everything. From the time he was born, just like these two here, it's football, right? So the knowledge of the game, he's ready for the moment. He's not going to back away. He's not going to shy away. P, I'm on the same page with you. I think that Texas wins this game by a couple of scores, at the Buckeye Stadium inside of the shoe. And hopefully, because I can't stand them. Okay, like let me just say that I can't stand them, and I try not to do it because I got a nephew coming up now and all of that, but I can't stand them. I hope that they get blown out. So let's go on to the next one. All right, and that's Alabama number 8 at Florida State. The game is in Tallahassee, and right now Bama is favored. Oh, excuse me. Bama is favored, and the over/under is 48.5. And Bray, we're going to kick it off to you first.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a good game for sure. Florida State, they've been doing a lot of talking all offseason. Their quarterback, what's his name, Castellanos, I think that's his name. Been talking a lot all offseason. I think Alabama's gonna come out and take that personally today. I think Bama rolls. I got Alabama in this one.
Okay, cool. So next case, it's on you, baby.
I got Alabama in this one. See how Rod Williams does and that new quarterback. He's supposed to be pretty good. Yeah, Simpson, that guy. And I want to see how he does.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah. Hey, very well said, man. I think this is to me this is a sneaky game. Okay. I know everyone's kind of out on FSU. Everyone's really high on Alabama. Listen, I'm the exact opposite. Okay, I'm not very high on Bama. I know they got talent. I don't believe in DeBoer. Hey, I know he did it at Washington. Listen, we've looked at it numerous times on this channel, haven't we? The composite roster ratings. Wasn't Bama number one?
Yeah.
Listen,
Like the past 3 or 4 years.
number one roster and you lose to Vandy, there's no way. Number one roster, you lose by what, 2-3 scores to Oklahoma? There's no way. So I don't believe in this guy as a coach. I think this game's going to be close. I got Florida State coming out here swinging. I think it's going to be a kind of a tough, kind of gritty type game. I got Florida State losing. I got Bama winning, but I think it's going to be close. I'm going to call this one probably like a 34-31 to maybe like a 28, 24 type game. It's going to be like a one-score game, I think.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, I think that Alabama, they've got some really nice pieces. Obviously, they're much more talented. The quarterback at Florida State's been talking way too much. I think that Alabama is really gonna try to put some pressure on them. That's not really what their game is, but yeah, I have Alabama winning this one as well. There's really not too much more to say. I just think that they're the better team from top to bottom. So next, we have number 9 LSU at number 4 Clemson. The game is in Clemson, South Carolina. Clemson is favored, and the over/under is 57.5. Man, battle of the Tigers. I don't like either one of these teams, and actually, I get to start this one off. So, I think that I can see this game really going either way. I mean, honestly speaking, if you look at the game on paper, LSU should win because they have the more talented team. They should have the more physical team. And, Dabo, they're saying, hey, the quarterback's really good. They got a great wide receiver core. We know that LSU's defense for the past couple of seasons hasn't been great, but they also have a really good quarterback. They also have really good wide receivers. It might be a shootout. I'm going to go ahead and roll with – it's not that I want them to win, but I think that Clemson will end up winning this game. So we're going to go on to the next person, and that's going to be UP.
Yeah, I'm like you, Bull. I mean, this is one I went back and forth on. I mean, I think I sent you my picks two different times. I had Clemson, then I ended up switching to LSU. I think LSU, similar reasons you said. I think I like their roster better. And then I really started thinking about Clemson last season. Now, I didn't watch all their games. Supposedly, Cade Klubnik got it going against 9 SEC teams. He looked pretty good, I guess. But whenever I watch those guys, man, it's a whole bunch of just there's no playmakers out there. You know what I mean? I'm like, who's their guy? Like, who can make plays for these guys? I didn't really see that guy last year. Maybe they've added some guys this year. I'm not sure. But for that reason, I'm going with LSU. I think LSU finds a way to get it done. What's his name? Brian Kelly finally gets that monkey off his back of being 0-5 the last 5 years, whatever it is, to open up the season.
Beautiful. So next is Case.
So I got Clemson. I already know nothing about either of these teams, but I know that Clemson was pretty good last year, so I picked them. Didn't really expect anything to be so different from last year. Some guys went to the NFL, but yeah, that's all I got.
So Bray?
Yeah, better of Tigers, better of Death Valley. I think Clemson, they return, Kate Clemson return receiver TJ Moore, Brian Resco, Antonio Williams, guys like that. I think they're going to come out today. I think they're going to win this game. I think LSU, they got that monkey on their back, 0-5 in their last 5 week 1 games. Then they go 0-6 too.
Okay. All right. So let's get on to the next one, man. We got the UCLA fighting Nico Iamaleavas at Utah. And actually, this that is incorrect. The game is actually at it's at the Bruin Stadium. So the game is going to be later on tonight, and Utah's favored. 51.5 is the over/under. And this one's starting off with you, Bray.
Yeah, obviously, UCLA, Utah, headlines all offseason been about Nico. I think I like UCLA in this one. I like, Quasi Gilmer, Mikey Matthews, outside receivers. They're going to do good. They also got a new offensive coordinator, Tino Sarah, come from Indiana. You see what Indiana did last year. I think he's going to be able to open that offense up with Nico. And, I like UCLA to come out here and get the upset too.
Oh, yeah. I like it. Yeah, so I think that you brought up a lot of excellent points. There's a ton of Tennessee fans that are waiting on Nico to fall on his face. I'm not necessarily one of them. I think that he will end up playing well. I do. I think that he's still probably, top 2 most talented quarterbacks in the entire country in this draft class. I do. So we'll see how that plays out. But I do think that maybe like a change of scenery could be good for him. I don't know. With the game being at home, you feel like there's a whole lot of, maybe the fans will show up for him, but that's not really what UCLA does at all. So I'm actually going to be picking Utah because they have a very, stout defense, and I think that they will end up pulling this thing out. But I do want this on record that I think that Nico that Nico Iamaleava will play well. So next, we have you, Case.
I got UCLA winning this game. I hope Nico does well with like new receivers, new line, stuff like that. And I want to see how he does playing against new teams and stuff like that. I like I said, I hope he does pretty good, but that's all.
Okay. So you picked UCLA. All right. So next we got Pete.
Yeah, this was an interesting matchup for me. I think this one deserves a little more attention, not just for the whole Nico deal, but I think these are two teams that have had a lot of change coming into this season. Both teams were, I think, 5-6 last year, something like that. You look at UCLA, first year coach last year, Deshaun Foster, his name is, didn't have a great year. I don't know how good of a coach he is, but they do have Nico Iamaleava. I'm not sure what else they have. I think Nico is going to ball. I mean, Tennessee fans, we know we watched him last year when he played Georgia, when he played Ohio State. Stat line maybe wasn't great, but I think anybody that watched those games can say this guy went out there and balled. So one thing you know is he's going to go out there, he's going to ball. He's a warrior. He's going to give it his all, and maybe he will be able to do enough to carry his team. But I got Utah in this one, man. I think Utah, you look what they brought in. They brought in a new quarterback from, I think, New Mexico. They brought in an offensive coordinator from New Mexico. If you guys haven't watched New Mexico's offense from last year, I mean, it's just like doing on the game. I mean, there's a lot of QB runs, motion. I mean, you got guys moving around, good stuff. And it's a quick tidbit for you. Nico is not going to be the most mobile quarterback in this game. Wow. That's going to be the guy for Utah. So I got Utah in this one.
All right. And so that brings us to the big time showdown, baby. Number 24, Tennessee Volunteers versus Syracuse. We will be the home team in Atlanta, Georgia. That's our hometown. I know that Vol fans are there in droves. It's going to be like a home game for us anyway. Not quite like Neyland. It's not going to be nothing like Neyland, really. But I do think that we're going to get it loud, and I think that maybe plays a factor. Hopefully it does play a major role in this game. But we are favored, okay? 13.5 points, 52.5 is the over-under. And we're going to start off with you, Case.
Yeah, for this game, of course, I got Tennessee in this one. I want to see how Joey does in this game. I want to see how many picks he's gonna throw. I really wish he throws none, but yeah. I just want to see how he does. And Mike should be getting him some. And I want to see how they do this game.
Yeah, next is you, Brett.
Yeah, all season, Tennessee been talk for Syracuse. Syracuse, they got Jonte Cook. He's a great receiver, but I don't think they have enough. I think Tennessee's gonna come out here, roll it down. I think they're gonna run the ball for probably over 300 yards. Okay, kind of how Georgia Tech did yesterday, over 300 yards. And both partitions, I got my boy Justin Baker from Buford scoring a touchdown today.
Okay, love it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll save the suspense. I mean, it's going to be the Vols by a lot in this one. I think Tennessee's the better team. I think this is a really bad matchup for Syracuse, just because of the line of scrimmage play on both sides. I think I went out and I looked up these guys that they brought in from transfer portal on the offensive line. There's a reason these guys transferred. They couldn't play where they were at, and I mean, they're just not very good players. Not to talk down on them, but I mean, if we don't have our way up front on both sides, particularly our D-line versus their O-line, I mean, we have serious problems. And this is probably a 5-win season. I mean, I'm just going to tell you, we should dominate up front. For me, man, can the secondary, can they keep bodies on bodies, not give up space, give up open, easy open throws? Can we limit the big plays? But I think the main thing we got to do is control the line of scrimmage on both sides, stop the run the ball, and I think we'll win. I think we'll win big, man. I got us winning this one. Definitely covering the spread. I mean, heck, we'll see. We'll see how many points we want to score. I mean, we'll see. I'm gonna call it 41 to. We'll give them 10. We'll give them 10.
Hey, so that's so funny because P, I was doing the same thing. I'll say, you know what? I guess that they'll probably end up getting 10 at some point. Yeah. That's kind of how I feel, and not to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be like that cocky fan base. That's not the case. It's just that we put the work in for this. Coach Heupel, the whole staff, they have grinded, they've worked, they've built up a great roster, and we've got a new quarterback coming in that he doesn't have to do much of anything. Just manage the game. We can win it without you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what this game should be. But will we actually live up to that challenge on defense? It always starts up front. We know that our defensive line is super loaded. The offensive line that's loaded too. Yeah, we've got David Sanders who won't be starting, but we still have Jesse Perry. We got Sham Umarov. They're very talented as well. Tennessee hasn't been in such a good spot, P. Kaysen and Bray. I mean, you got to go way back, to think about Tennessee really being in a spot like this. So, yeah, like we've grinded, we've worked to build a team that's big enough and strong enough and good enough that we feel very confident heading into this game. So, of course, I have our Tennessee Volunteers winning. Like, there's no question about that. I have us winning big, and I'm actually saying, like, on maybe like the lighter end, I've got us winning 33-10. And that's me saying, hey, we take our foot off the gas. We're trying not to get too many snaps. And like that's what I'm talking about. So yes, I think that our Tennessee Volunteers roll today. Hopefully, we get some players back healthy for next week, and we'll see what happens in a couple of weeks after this one versus UGA. But we will be back, y'all, with our post-game show. We'll have some more things lined up for you. Hope that y'all will join us for that. But hope that y'all have a great game. And if we have to come back halftime, then that means that something's probably wrong. So we hope that we don't see y'all until after the game. But please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. We'll be talking to y'all in about 3.5 hours. Thanks. Peace. Thanks for watching. And please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel because that keeps us growing inside of the YouTube algorithm. And if you did like this video, here's another one that you might also enjoy. Thank you. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.